I welcome you all for the discussion on quadratic forms, the last chapter of Unit 1. So, previous classes we started a discussion on eigenvalues and eigenvectors, right? So, this is one of the concept that is based on eigenvalues of A. So, first let us start with the definition of quadratic forms. So, if you look into the definition, that says this one. A homogeneous expression of degree 2 in any number of variables is called a quadratic form. So here we have some examples. So 2x square plus 3y square minus 8xy. This is a quadratic form in two variables, x and y. So there are only two variables here. And if you look into example B, here we have x square plus 2y square minus 4z square plus 2xy plus 6yz plus 8zx. So here there are three variables. And if you look into example C, there it involves four variables. So number of variables is not restricted. So if you look into the definition once again, homogeneous expression in the sense at the right hand side usually 0. If you write this, if you write this, then it must be 0. So generally we avoid this. A homogeneous expression of degree 2. Each term of that expression will be of degree 2. That is the most important you have to observe. Here see, it is degree 2. This has degree 2. 1 plus 1, so degree 2, again degree 2, this degree 2. Each term of that expression should have degree 2, not limited to some terms. So every term of that expression should be of degree 2, and it may involve any number of variables, n number of variables. It may involve 10, 50, 100. There is no restriction on number of variables. So such expressions are called quadratic forms. So if you observe this, here the variables involves squares and products of at most two terms, not at most, exactly two terms. So the general term or general expression for a quadratic form looks like this: q equal to a11 x1 square plus a 2 times of a12 x1 x2 plus 2 times of a13 x1 x3 plus and so on a n xn square. So this is the general form of a quadratic form in n variables. So this is a quadratic form. Simply we can say quadratic form. This standard form or general form. Okay. Any quadratic form which involves squares and products can be written in one more type, that is this one. So same quadratic form can be written in this form also: c1 y1 square plus c2 y2 square plus c3 y3 square plus and so on cn yn square. So same quadratic form, okay, this you can call as equation 1 and this you can call as equation 2. So equation 1 is a quadratic form of Q where the terms involve squares and products, which can be transformed or reduced to a form that is given in equation 2, which involves only squares. So this equation 2 is called canonical form of Q. Equation 2 is called canonical form of Q. So quadratic form means homogeneous expression which involves squares and products, where each term is of degree 2. That is common factor in both actually. Canonical form means each term involves squares. Products are avoided here. That is the advantage. Products are avoided here. So this expression 2 is called canonical form of Q. Now we assign some parameters to this canonical form. Lambda, y1 square plus y2 square, y3 square and so on yn square. These are the variables, and c1, c2, c3, cn are constants. And there is one more thing I forgot actually. A11, A12, A13 and are all constants, and if this a ij's and x are all real numbers, then we call this as real quadratic form. If nothing is mentioned, that means it is a real quadratic form. If that constants are complex numbers, then it is called complex quadratic form. So again we got two types under quadratic forms: real quadratic form and complex quadratic form. How we classify that? That depends on this constants aij's. If aij's are complex numbers, then it will be complex quadratic form. If aij's are real numbers, then it will be real quadratic form. Nothing much difference in that. Okay, we got given quadratic form, we got the canonical form. Actually, this is the procedure we need to follow. I mean, this is what we need to do in this unit. Given a quadratic form, we have to reduce that to canonical form. That is the main theme of this chapter. Given a quadratic form, we have to reduce that to canonical form. After reducing that to canonical form, I will explain what is the procedure to reduce quadratic form to canonical form. What parameters we have to determine after reducing it to canonical form. That if you look into here, you get it. Number of non-zero terms in the canonical form. I mean non-zero terms in the sense this y1, y2, y3 that you have to determine. So number of non-zero terms in the canonical form is called rank of Q. Is called rank of Q. Sorry, I mean this C1, C2, C3 you have to determine. So number of non-zero terms is called the rank of Q, and number of positive terms. So when we determine the constant C1, C2, C3 and so on, that constants will be either 0 or positive or negative. There is no restriction. They may be positive, negative or 0. Then you have to count number of positive terms, number of non-zero terms and number of negative terms. You have to compute all that parameter. Usually you will be given with 3 cross 3 matrix, so get only 3 constants: C1, C2, C3. Okay. Number of non-zero terms among that 3 variables, I mean 3 constants, C1, C2, C3, that will be the rank of Q. Number of positive terms, it will be index of Q. Number of positive terms minus number of negative terms. Number of positive terms or number of positive constants minus number of negative constants. That is called the signature of Q. So these are 3 parameters we need to determine. Now working procedure. How to find the canonical form of the given quadratic form. Okay. Generally you will be given with 3 cross 3 matrix. Now suppose this is the quadratic form given, assume. Usually the given quadratic form will be of this form: ax square plus by square plus cz square plus 2fxy plus 2gyz plus 2hxz. Then you have to write the corresponding matrix. So what is the corresponding matrix? Corresponding matrix will be this one: A equal to, so first entry of first row, coefficient of x square you have to write. That means you have to write A. You have to write A here. I am writing these constants related to this quadratic form. Next, half of coefficient of xy. What is the coefficient of xy? You have here 2f. Half of that you have to write f here. Again here see, half of coefficient of xy, f. Then come to this, half of coefficient of xz. Here coefficient of xz is 2h, so half of that is h, and remaining of you have to write here. Then here, okay, this is done, right? So coefficient of y square, it is b, and coefficient of z square is c. Half of coefficient of yz, half of coefficient of yz will be 2g, so it is g. Remaining of is here. In case of the given quadratic form is in two variables, then only this much you need to write. Coefficient of x square, half of coefficient of xy. Second row, half of coefficient of xy, coefficient of y square. 2 cross 2 ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಎರಡೇ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ವಾಡ್ರಾಟಿಕ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಬರೀ ಇಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. 2 cross 2 ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಡಯಾಗೋನಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋಎಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ x ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್, ಕೋಎಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ y ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್, ಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋಎಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ xy ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋಎಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ xy. ನಾನ್ ಡಯಾಗೋನಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋಎಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ xy ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ 2 cross 2 ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಜನರಲಿ 2 cross 2 ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ when you go for higher studies or for if you take up any other examinations, there may get questions of order 2 cross 2. Usually 2 marks ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, just like gate exams and all. So you must know how to write in case of two variables. So this is okay. Given a quadratic form, you have to write the matrix. Then find the eigenvalues of that matrix. So determining eigenvalues we have already explained. Actually, we have discussed in class 8. Then you have to apply that procedure to find the eigenvalues lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. So obvious ಆಗಿ ಎರಡು ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಾಡ್ರಾಟಿಕ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ 1 ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ 2 ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ 3 ಇದೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ 4 ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ 4 ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ದೆನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. Then write the canonical form. Actually what syllabus suggests is you have to find the matrix Q. You have to find the matrix Q whose columns are the eigenvectors corresponding to lambda 1, lambda 2 and lambda 3. Actual procedure I will explain. So after finding lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, then you have to determine Q whose columns are eigenvector corresponding to lambda 1, lambda 2 and lambda 3. Then from this you have to compute Q inverse AQ. Then you have to compute Q inverse AQ. That will give you this expression: lambda 1 y1 square plus lambda 2 y2 square plus lambda 3 y3 square. So if you have listened to your previous class carefully, you can observe that this actually is going to diagonalize A. So you have to diagonalize A. We have done it for 2 cross 2 matrices. So same procedure I have to do for this matrix A. You have to find eigenvalues, then Q inverse, then Q inverse AQ. That will be a diagonal matrix. From that matrix you have to write an expression. That expression will be this one. ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತ ಡಯಾಗೋನಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಡಯಾಗೋನಲ್ ಎಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಐಗನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ, ಐಗನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಐಗನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ, ಅದರಿಂದ ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದೆ ಬರೋದು. ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ 1 y1 ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ 2 y2 ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ 3 y3 ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್. That is actually the procedure, but for our syllabus and for usually for general discussion, after finding eigenvalues lambda 1, lambda 2 and lambda 3, we will directly write this form and we avoid this because it is not necessary to do that, because anyway after getting lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, we are sure that we will get only this expression. We don't get anything else. So what is the necessity of doing all this? So please rule out that and directly write this one: lambda 1 y1 square plus lambda 2 y2 square plus lambda 3 y3 square. That will be the required canonical form. Now after finding this canonical form, you have to compute rank, signature, index. In fact, this can be computed looking into this. Among these eigenvalues, the number of non-zero terms will be the rank, and number of positive eigenvalues will be index. Number of positive eigenvalues minus number of negative eigenvalues will be signature. That's all. So this is about the method. So let us start with the problems. See here, after writing the matrix, I directly write the eigenvalues. I don't write steps to determine eigenvalues because it takes much time. Problems. A. So usually the statement will be obtain the canonical form by orthogonal transformation. Okay, I'll write this statement also. Obtain the canonical form of the following quadratic forms. I'll write Q forms. Quadratic forms by orthogonal transformation, which we don't usually do, which we skip actually. Orthogonal transformation. Hence determine rank, index and signature. A. The quadratic form is 2x square plus 2y square plus 2z square minus 2xy minus 2yz minus 2zx. So this is the given quadratic form. Solution. The corresponding matrix is A equal to see half of coefficient of x square, coefficient of x square complete. So 2 coefficient of half of coefficient of xy, that is minus 1, here minus 1. Next half of coefficient of xz अथवा zx, so minus 1 minus 1. Coefficient of y square, that is 2. Half of coefficient of yz, so minus 1 minus 1. Coefficient of z square, 2. So this is the corresponding matrix. Now we need to find its eigenvalues. Then determinant of A minus lambda I equal to 0 implies 2 minus lambda, determinant of 2 minus lambda, minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 2 minus lambda minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 2 minus lambda equal to 0. So now expanding this, you can get lambda times of, with all simplifications, lambda times of lambda square minus 6 lambda plus 9 equal to 0. That is actually lambda into lambda minus 3 whole square equal to 0. So lambda equal to 0 comma 3 comma 3. Lambda equal to 0 comma 3 comma 3. So the eigen values are 0 comma 3 comma 3. Hence the, see, I have to find the eigen values of A here carefully, that I have skipped. So actually that is the main part of the solution. because remaining parts are all easy. Finding the rank and the signature, that are all easy. So if there any difficulty, that is about finding the eigenvalues. That's all. Rest of the procedure is easy. Hence the canonical form is, as the canonical form is 0 into y1 square plus 3 into y2 square plus q ಅಂತ ಬರೆಯೋಣ. Canonical form is q equal to 0 into y1 square plus 3 into y2 square plus 3 into y3 square. So this is the required canonical form. See, whatever given in the problem statement is the quadratic form of q, and this is the canonical form of q. So both represents q, but that quadratic form involves squares and products, but this involves only squares. That is the difference, and both represents q only. And now rank of q. What is the rank of q? Number of non-zero terms, 2. Next, index of q, positive terms, 2. Index of q, index I of q, just index equal to 2s. Next, signature, number of positive terms is 2 minus number of negative terms. Here there are no negative terms, so number of negative terms is 0. So 2 minus 0, it is 2. That's all. So this is about problem A. B, x square plus 4xy, x square plus 4xy plus 6z, 6xz, sorry, minus y square plus 2yz plus 4z square. Solution. We have A equal to, coefficient of x square 1, half of coefficient of xy 2, half of coefficient of xz, so it is 1, okay, coefficient of y square minus 1, half of coefficient of yz, that is 1, here also 1, coefficient of z square 4. So I got, coefficient of xz is 6, right? Yes, it is 3 and it is 3. Let us look into this once again. Coefficient of x square 1, coefficient of xy 4, half of that is 2, correct? Coefficient of xz 3, yes, correct, minus 1, okay, 1, 1, 4, now it is correct. Then determinant of a minus lambda I equal to 0, right? Determinant of a minus lambda I equal to 0 implies 1 minus lambda 2, 3, okay, 2 minus 1 minus lambda 1, 3, 1, 4 minus lambda equal to 0. That implies you can expand this and check that it will be actually lambda times of lambda square minus 4 lambda minus 15 equal to 0. So either lambda will be 0 or lambda square minus 4 lambda minus 15 equal to 0. It is a quadratic equation. Applying the formula Sridhara's rule, I will be getting lambda equal to 0, or another two values are 2 plus root 19, 2 minus root 19. So these are the eigenvalues. So here 2 minus root 19 will be negative, and this one will be positive, and this is a 0 term. So the corresponding, hence the canonical form is, hence the canonical form is q equal to 0 into y1 square plus 2 plus root 19 into y2 square plus 2 minus root 19 into y3 square. And the rank of q is number of non-zero terms. So 2. Index number of positive terms. So 2 minus root 19 is a negative term, right? So positive terms is only 1. Signature. There is one positive term and one negative term. So signature will be 1 minus 1, 0. That completes problem C. B. Now problem C. So the given expression is 3x square plus 5y square, 3x square plus 5y square plus 3z square minus 2yz plus 2zx minus 2xy. So this is the given quadratic form. We need to find its canonical form. Solution. We have a equal to 3 xz, xy. What is it? Where is xy? Is minus 1 xz is 2. So 1 5 minus 1 3. So this is the corresponding matrix. Now a minus lambda I equal to 0. A minus lambda I equal to 0 implies determinant of 3 minus lambda minus 1 1 minus 1 5 minus lambda minus 1 1 minus 1 3 minus lambda equal to 0. You can check that the eigenvalues of this matrix will be 2, 3 and 6. You get positive eigenvalues all. So that you have to do it later. And now the corresponding canonical form is q equal to 2x square plus 3y square 2y1 square plus 3y2 square plus 6y3 square. See, some others write this as 2x square plus 3y square plus 6z square. It is not wrong at all. You can write any variable. There is no restriction. There is no condition that you have to write y only. You may write 2x square plus 3y square plus 6z square. That is not wrong. That is also correct. So q equal to 2y1 square plus 3y2 square plus 6y3 square. Rank is 3, index 3 and signature, right? Yes, signature, that is also 3 minus 0, so you get 3. So all are 3. D, problem D, 3x square plus 3z square plus 4xy plus 8zx plus 8yz. So I'll write the matrix and the canonical form. Solution. We have capital A equal to 3, 2, 4, 2, 0, 4, 4, 4, 3. Now determinant of A minus lambda I is 0. Determinant of A minus lambda I equal to 0 implies 3 minus lambda 2, 4, 2 minus lambda 4, 4, 4, 3 minus lambda equal to 0. Expand this and simplify, you get eigenvalues to be minus 1, minus 4 by 3 and 3. These are the eigenvalues we are going to get. So the canonical form is minus 1 y1 square minus 4 by 3 y2 square plus 3 y3 square. See, someone may write minus 4 by 3 y1 square minus 1 y2 square plus 3 y3 square. You can take these eigenvalues in any order, irrespective of any order. And your rank 1, okay, your rank, number of non-zero terms, right? Rank is 3. Index 1, signature. So number of positive terms is 1, number of negative terms is 2, 1 minus 2, so signature is minus 1. Signature may be at most minus 3. Then, okay, I'll list a few more problems as exercise. Try to solve this. E 8x square plus 7y square plus 3z square minus 12xy minus 4 plus plus 4zx minus 8yz. You get eigenvalues to be 0, 3, 15. And if 6x square plus 3y square, 6x square plus 3y square plus 3z square minus 4xy plus 4xz minus 2yz. Eigenvalues you get 8, 2, 2. G x square plus 3y square, x square plus 3y square plus 3z square minus 2yz. Eigenvalues you get 1, 2, 4, and the last one x1 square plus 3x2 square plus 3x3 square minus 2x2 x3. Eigenvalues you get, okay, sorry, I'll write the same thing, so the variables are different, right? So same, for this one I write it again. Okay, I'll write another one. Y square, x square minus y square plus 4z square plus 4xy plus 6zx plus 2yz. So try to solve this. Okay, solve this, and let us look into next unit from the next class. Thank you.